Time Hits, ang tanging huntahan ng Masanggamaw. Number 1 sa Mega Manila, nationwide pa. Broadcasting from TGON, TVH Group of Networks. Dito lang sa inyong iisang himpilan. Cool FM! You are listening to Cool FM. Live from Cool Studios. This is koolNews at 6.
Goodness gracious, it is now 6 p.m. Philippine Standard Time, and it is the 9th of September 2024, Monday. This is koolNews at 6. I'm Stephen and one of the soul. Topping up for this for today's headlines. Authorities announced on Sunday that they finally have in their custody Apollo Kibuloy, the fugitive televangelist and Kingdom of Jesus Christ founder, who is wanted for multiple criminal charges, including child abuse and human trafficking. His capture ended a 16-day search mounted by the Philippine National Police beginning on August 24 within the KJC's 30-hectare compound in Buhangin District here to serve a warrant for his arrest. General Nicolas Tolle III, who led the search, told the reporters, the Davao Regional Police Chief said, "I was informed by the Interior Secretary Ben-Hur Abalos that Mr. Kibuloy had already been surrendered or was arrested." But Torre begged off from providing a detailed account of the circumstances that led to Kibuloy being taken into custody, saying only that Abalos had the information, although the police official mentioned that the KJC leader was fetched by a plane. Abalos earlier broke the news in a post on his Facebook page but did not provide any additional information. He only said Apollo Kibuloy has been captured. Before his announcement, Abalos posted a photo of the fugitive preacher with his lawyer Israelito Torion. But according to Kibuloy's legal counsel, Ferdinand Topacio, his client surrendered to the military, specifically to the Intelligence Service of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. The attorney Topacio said in a statement on Sunday night he was not arrested, especially not by the Philippine National Police under the DILG. Therefore, it is EPAL to the highest level for Secretary Abalos to be seemingly taking credit for the non-existent arrest. An Air Force C-130 landed here late Sunday afternoon and was parked at the Tactical Operations Group 11 on the other side of the runway across from Davao International Airport. Torres said he was instructed to allow 9 vehicles to leave the KOGZ hangar with escorts from the Police Aviation Security Group. A source told the Inquirer that the Air Force plane left for Manila at past 6 p.m. with Kibuloy and several others on board. Police Colonel Jean Fajardo, the PNP spokesperson, said they have in their custody the KOJC leader and his 4 co-accused in the human trafficking charges, namely Ingrid Canada, Crescente Canada, Jacqueline Roy, and Sylvia Semañez. A 6th suspect, Pauline Canada, was arrested in July in her residence here. The search for Kibuloy started on June 10 after the Senate issued an arrest warrant against him for his repeated refusal to attend an inquiry into the sexual abuse and trafficking allegations made by former KOJC members against him and the sect. The pastor, who calls himself as the appointed son of God and in 2018 or 2017 owner of the earth, which is condemned by many from the Filipino body of Christ, is also on the U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigation's most wanted list on separate charges of sex trafficking and bulk cash smuggling, although he had also denied the wrongdoing. On April 3, the Davao Regional Trial Court issued a warrant of arrest against Kibloy and the others for violating Republic Act number 7610, or the Anti-Child Abuse Law, specifically the provision on sexual abuse of minors and maltreatment. The case has since been transferred to a Quezon City Court. Kibloy and his co-accused are also facing a non-bailable qualified human trafficking charge before a Pasig City Court. They were originally ordered arrested in April, but the arrest warrant was reissued on August 20 after the earlier warrant could not be served since the fugitives could not be found. Despite several operations to find him, Kibloy eluded arrest, a failure that was widely believed to be behind a revamp of the Davao Regional Police leadership. When Torre took over in mid-June, he said the hunt for the KJC leader was not a priority, although on August 24, he led some 2,000 police officers in a search of the sex-sprawling compound. Despite strong opposition from KJC members and their lawyers, including Kibloy's political allies, among them former President Rodrigo Duterte and his daughter, Vice President Sara Duterte, the police remained in the compound. Armed with live and motion detectors and grounding penetrating radars, Torre pointed to an end of the world and Armageddon-type bunker as the hiding place of Kibloy and the 4 other fugitives. He also ordered the boring of a tunnel to reach the bunker. Torre told the reporters, "We never doubted that he's here. We were right all along." With the 16-day police operation about to end, the police official expressed gratitude to Kibloy for his decision to come out of hiding. Torre said, "I thank Pastor Kibloy for the realization that this is the right thing to do, to face the law." He added that he had already ordered the mobilization of the police troops inside the KJC compound. Police officers told the Inquirer that they received the order at around 6:30 p.m. and they were ecstatic to return to their original posts in various parts of Mindanao. Torre said as he revealed that for the past 2 weeks, he slept only from 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. He added, "For tonight, I will treat my troops to lechon and a band." At the same time, Torre, who has been at the receiving end of criticisms from KJC members because of the search, offered a conciliatory gesture to them. "Brothers and sisters in the KJC, I'm sorry, as I was only doing my job. I'm also thankful to all of you. Let's help one another." The televangelist also decided to make the ultimate sacrifice by surrendering to authorities, as he does not want lawless violence to continue inside the KJC compound in Davao City. His lead lawyer, Israelito Torion, said Monday. Kibloy and 4 of his subordinates surrendered to authorities last night following the 24-hour ultimatum issued by the PNP. According to Torion, this is to inform that the Filipino people that Kibloy decided to surrender to the PNP or AFP because he did not want the lawless violence to continue in the KJC compound. According to Torion, Kibloy was out of reach for days, waiting for positive results via the legal remedies that his lawyers opted to avail. However, heart-wrenching and mind-boggling events transpired where a warrant of arrest has been turned into a license to convert his beloved KJC compound into a police garrison. The sacred KJC Cathedral in being desecrated, the San Maria College School turned into a mining pit, his followers as recipients of fatalities, one of whom even died, scores injured, many got arbitrarily arrested, vehicles unilaterally confiscated, all of which caused Apollo Kibloy's heart to bleed. Hence, even if he has the right to await the result of the legal remedies being resorted to by his lawyers, he decided to make the ultimate sacrifice by surrendering himself to the PNP and AFP. Torion likewise thanked the several local government, military, and police officials for their valiant and facilitative efforts, but he did not specify how these officials helped Kibloy surrender to the government. Reporters reached out to the PNP for its comments on Torion's statement, but has not replied as of posting time. On Sunday evening, another lawyer of Kibloy disputed the claim of Interior Secretary Benher Abalos that the sect leader was arrested. A Davao City court issued arrest warrants against Kibloy and 5 of his subordinates for child abuse. One of them has been under the custody of authorities since July. A Pasig City court also issued arrest warrants against Kibloy and others for human trafficking. And before we head up for the commercial break, Halo Halo Entertainment, the official management agency of MNL48 announced the dismissal of the first gen Lara Layar. In a post from the Idol Group's website last September 8th, in the evening of September 8th, rather, the management wrote that the decision came after careful consideration due to serious violations of our house rules, which are in place to protect the integrity and reputation of MNL48. We know that this may be surprising and difficult to hear, but we must prioritize the values that define our group. HHA reported. The first generation the first generation member recently made headlines on Twitter for currently exposing the mismanagement of its leader Paulo Kurosawa, and the ongoing calls from most of the MNOFs on social media to have the eighth single music video released. The first generation member lasted since the Idol Group's formation in 2018 was well known for her beatboxing. She is also a Senbato member for the debut single Atakata and the seventh single No Way Man. She also she also appeared in Para sa Kuibi, Gingham Check, 1, 2, 3 for Yoshiko, and Sampung Taon ng Sakura under the River extended play. When we return on koolNews at 6, Alice Go in Bulletproof Vest appears at the Senate for the probe on Philippine offshore gaming operators. And more on showbiz news, Gigi Dalanak admits blaming self for mom's cancer. We will return after a short break. Welcome back. Days after the arrest and repatriation in the Philippines, suspected human trafficker and dismissed Mayor Go Huaping finally faced the Senate, this time in a bulletproof vest. On Monday, the Senate panel on women continued in its investigation of Go's ties to Philippine offshore gaming operators. Panel head Senator Riza Hontiveros and her colleagues at the upper chamber have been anticipating Go's appearance in the hearing as they seek to unravel her role in the proliferation of illegal offshore gaming firms in the country. Hontiveros told the reporters in a previous press conference, "I fully expect that she will talk fully and truthfully." The ousted mayor of Tolex, Bambang Town, was arrested in Tangerang City in Indonesia, Jakarta, Indonesia at 1:30 a.m. on Wednesday, September 4, according to the NBI, citing the Indonesian police. She was taken into custody by the PNP after appearing in court in Tarlac, which issued a warrant of arrest against her for alleged violation of Section 3 and HENH of Republic Act 309, 3019, or the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act. Spokesperson Colonel Jane Fajardo said Go's lawyers requested for her continued detention at the PNP Custodial Center in Camp Crame, Quezon City, which was granted by the court. Capas Regional Trial Court Branch 109 approved Go's appearance on Monday at the Senate following Hontiveros' appeal for her presence in the public hearing. Alice Go said she said she was able to flee the Philippines last July with just the help of a foreigner. At the resumption of the Senate Committee on Women and Children's inquiry into the Philippine offshore gaming operators on Monday, Go repeatedly refused to give names of people who helped her leave the Philippines nearly 2 months ago, despite an existing arrest order issued by the upper chamber and a lookout bulletin against her. But panel head Senator Riza Hontiveros and other senators present in the hearing compelled her to write the name of the main person or people who facilitated her escape, to which Go complied. After receiving the piece of paper where Go wrote the name, Hontiveros, speaking in Filipino, asked the dismissed Bamban Town mayor, "No Filipino help you? So the only person that you wrote on the paper was the only one who helped you?" Go Senate President pro tempore Jingwe Estrada continued to quiz Go, particularly asked if she was certain that no Filipino or Filipino government official helped her escape. Go replied, maintaining that there was none, which annoyed Estrada. He said, "That's impossible." He said in Filipino, "That's impossible. It's possible that nobody helped you escape from the Philippines, but Go responded, "There was really nobody." At this point, Estrada divulged that the facilitator of Go's escape was a Chinese national. Estrada said, This Chinese must really be really good. Chartered a yacht, brought you to wherever, Malaysia or Indonesia. This is the only person who facilitated your escape without the help of a Filipino. No Filipino help," she insisted. Later into the hearing, Hontiveros bared that the name of the individual who helped Go escape was already mentioned during the previous hearings of the Senate panel. No other details were provided aside from Estrada's revelation that the facilitator of Go's escape was in Taiwan and that the person had 5 passports. Estrada said he's a holder of the passport from St. Kitts and Nevis, China, Cyprus, Dominica, and Cambodia. He's a holder of 5 passports, and based on the information I received, he is now in Taiwan, Jago Estrada said. Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Remulla said the Bureau of Immigration and National Bureau of Investigation agents who took photos with Go Huaping rather should say sorry and be reprimanded. In a chance interview on Monday, Remulla said he was not satisfied with the explanation of the involved law enforcement agents who were earlier given show-cause orders. An apology is needed, a big one, and they need to be reprimanded. This should not be tolerated since that person is wanted. The Department of Justice chief stressed in Filipino. Wanted people should not be celebrated. You should focus on searching them if you catch them. It's not right to take a selfie with them. Let's change that culture. That should not happen, Remulla added. Earlier, Justice Assistant Secretary Miko Cavalo IV, the DOJ spokesperson, disclosed that Remulla instructed certain officials to give a show cause order to those involved in these pictures. The show cause order stemmed from photos in ghost mining with BI and NBI agents while being escorted to the airport in Indonesia for her return to the Philippines. The photos were circulated online and sparked a backlash from netizens. Although the BI and NBI agents explained that they were simply expressing or celebrating a small win, Clavano said it was not an excuse for them to post the photos. Goa was arrested in Jakarta, Indonesia around 1:30 a.m. on September 4. The dismissed mayor of Tarlac's Bamban town arrived in the country from Indonesia on September 6. She is facing charges of qualified human trafficking and money laundering in accordance to the anti Graft and Corrupt Practices Act. My laptop is acting up once again. But yet again, Guo Huaping on the, in her spare time in detention is using such time to pause and self-reflect after being convicted with those said violations. Guo Huaping, who has been detained by the PNP Custodial Center since Friday, is passing time in the prison reading the Bible and Rick Warren's The Purpose-Driven Life, according to PNP spokesperson Colonel Jane Fajardo. Guo Huaping requested 4 books that keep her occupied, said Fajardo in a chance interview on Monday in front of the Custodial Center. Guo Huaping appeared in a Senate hearing investigating the Pogo operations on Monday. On September 4, the Indonesian authorities apprehended Guo in Jakarta and returned on September 6 through a chartered flight. For additional facts on this purpose-driven life, Rick Warren was also a controversial pastor, formerly from the Southern Baptists in America, for his seeker-sensitive teachings, which has been called out by prominent pastors like John MacArthur and Justin Peters. To conclude this edition, here we have the showbiz news. An emotional Gigi Delana confessed that she still blames herself for not being able to take care of her mother, who died of breast cancer last May 2024. Delana looked back at her mom's cancer battle and eventual death in a sit-down interview with Tori Gonzaga, which was uploaded on the letter's YouTube channel on Sunday, September 10, saying she's still reeling from her loss. She said, sa ngayon, hindi ko alam para ako naliligaw until now nung nawala ang nanay ko. While sharing that she still struggles with going through her day-to-day life. She also continued that she still feels lost until now, especially losing her mom. Her world became heavier, and she's still part of her motivation to sing. The singer-songwriter recalled that their last conversation took place through a video call while she was in Canada for a scheduled concert. Delana then recalled that despite being in the days after her mom's death, she insisted on going on with the concert as a tribute to the latter. My mom wanted me to continue. She could watch me inspired, she said. The singer requested for her mother's remains to be frozen for the time being so she could still see her when she came home to the Philippines. As she moved forward with her life, Delana confessed that she was somehow relieved that her mother was free from the pain. She said, "It's sad, but a part of me, because her suffering is done. She has been battling for 6 years. It was a long time, but it's time to rest." In Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2, in the New Living Translation, or the New International, or let's say the New International Version, when the righteous strive, the people rejoice. When the wicked rule, the people groan. In the ESV, when the righteous increase, or to be accurate in the King James Bible, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. That was Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. And that is all for tonight's koolNews at 6. We will return later at 9 p.m. for more updates and reports. I'm Stephen Lewana Gasol. It is now 2 minutes before 6:30 Philippines Standard Time. And thank you, and God bless the Philippines.